Alright, got a couple of people on there. How you doing, everybody? You alright? Let me just try and straighten up my camera. There we go. Give you a bit more something to look at. Yeah, Dad, how you doing? You okay? I'll give a few more minutes, see if anyone else wants to join in. I didn't have time to announce it this morning, so hopefully people will follow the tradition and just join in. Alright, I've got 3 sets of eyes. How you doing, Dad? You alright? I'm not bad. I've finally gotten down to the woods. Hi Mum, you alright? Okay, it feels a bit weird just talking to you guys. Okay, I've got set of eyes number 3. I just want to move you a little bit further away. There we go. How does that looks better, doesn't it? Right, I'll just have me brew, see if anyone else wants to play. Otherwise I'll start waffling. I mean, I've already started waffling, but what I was hoping to do is get down here 10-15 minutes before I start filming, find a nice spot, sit in, get comfy, and allow everything to acclimatise. But the staff meeting went on a little bit longer than I thought, so I've kind of had to rush in, set up and get going quite quickly. As I was walking down, there was maybe 4 grey squirrels just bouncing around, so with any luck they'll feel comfortable and join us in a few minutes. Right, so this is our first real live. How's the signal holding up? We're alright? Battery's not doing too well. Yeah, just give me a thumbs up if I'm coming in nice and clear. Just drop us a comment, let me know if I'm a bit jumpy, a bit sketchy. And other than that, I reckon we'll start going. I feel I don't want to be centre frame. Right. Well, it's 5 past. So I reckon I start waffling. Not that I've anything to talk about, but this is my local woodland. We're literally 100 yards walk from the back of my house, just down the road. There's a main pathway just up there. There's a wall running just behind you guys down to a little stream. And if you walk that way a bit, you'll eventually get into Wyke. Hello Val, how you doing? Simon, you alright, buddy? Kenny, mate, how you doing? You alright? I promised you I'd talk to you about how to use dock leaves properly. Now, as I'm walking in, I passed fields and fields of dock and thought, fine, there'll be plenty in and out when I get here. So I got into the woods and then realised it was a nice shaded patch and there's no nettle, so I've just done a full loop and got some. So I'm going to talk about that for a few minutes. That's going to be cold by the time I get to it. Now, this is dock, we all know about it, we've seen it a million times before. The stem is edible. It's not the tastiest thing in the world, but it is edible. You strip them, you can boil them, and tastes quite nice in spring. It's got a relatively sweet flavour, but like most things, as they get older throughout the year, they start to get a little bit bitter. So yeah, you sting yourself on these, you tend to screw one up and you'll rub it on your skin, and you're usually left with like a green smear, green stain, and that green stain is just the cells of the leaves rubbing onto your skin. That's not the useful bit. The useful bit is the liquid, the moisture, the water inside it. So find 2 or 3, okay, screw them up, but this time I want you to sort of snap and break, and you want to breaking down the cells and the fibres, and rub it and roll it, okay, and you'll end up with a bit of a ball like this if you keep snapping and tearing and rubbing and squeezing. Yeah, it starts coming down, it's getting darker. You can start feeling it in your hands. It starts to become a little bit damp, a little bit moist. I'm just rolling it in my hands and tearing bit by bit. Okay. And just when you think that it's not going to work, what happens is, I don't know if you can see on camera, I mean my hand's wet now, but more so than that, like I say, keep working it. All the time you've got a 5-year-old screaming on the floor that they've stung the shin and it's the worst thing in the world. There we go. And sorry, this isn't exactly. There you go. You see that? All that. Again, edible or drinkable. But that moisture, that liquid, and then you're left with that. You could then rub that on, or just wing it. All this water is antibacterial, antiseptic, and does wonders for all kinds of cuts and bruises. Anti-inflammatory, that helps take the redness out of the stings. The antiseptic cleans the wound up. The antibacterial keeps it protected. It's a wonderful, wonderful little piece of foliage. And yeah, I got 2 or 3 of them. You can do it again and again and again. So that is how you properly use dock. None of this rubbing it on dry. You really want to tease it. As you're teasing, you're breaking the cells down, you're breaking the leaf fibres, that's releasing the moisture, and the rubbing and the agitation, you're essentially turning it into like a pesto. And if you really want, you can make dock leaf pesto, although it isn't tasty. Edible, not tasty. Right, well that's what I brought you out here to talk about. The wonders that is dock leaf. I brought a handful of them just in case, the weather permitting. It's quite dry, so obviously they're not going to have as much moisture in it. You get it in a cold day, a rainy day, and you just squeeze it and it just dribbles. But hey ho. For anyone who comes out walking with me, I bought a new bit of kit. Kit bag. So in here I always carry this. This has got my first aid kit in here. It's got some baby wipes, latex gloves, and all the rest of the sort of your everyday carries. But I found this thing. So it looks like a Pokeball, little tennis ball. Inside it is a poncho. So that will live in my bag probably for the next 6-7 years, never get needed. But one day, either me or somebody I'm with, we're going to be out on a nice spring or autumnal day, and the heavens are going to open, and we're not going to have rain jackets, and there you go, it's going to save our day. So that's it. Let me know what you thought about me sitting in the woods and waffling for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's really nice to be out here. There's a lovely cool breeze, a couple of different birds I can hear singing. The squirrels are just about getting lively off camera. I don't want to move too much in case it moves them away. I'll probably pop back here tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see what we talk about. There's a couple of plant species we could have a chat about, or just natter about what's going on. I can show you my kit bag a little bit more. Talk about what we carry on walks. I'm thinking about doing that as a video rather than a live, and just going through what I carry with me when I go taking these young people walking. That might give new families, new parents, an insight as to what they could be expected to carry. I can imagine if you're from a family that doesn't go on walks, doesn't spend a lot of time outside off beaten track in the woods, in the wild, not knowing the appropriate footwear, the right material socks, how to stay warm without getting overheated and being sweaty. How much water you drink, crew. You know, the amount of calories you burn, how many food, snacks, all the things that the people who spend time outside kind of take for granted. It might be nice to put that in a list and take the guesswork out of sending a kid, your child, with a relative stranger off into the middle of nowhere. That sounds really sinister when you put it like that, doesn't it? But you get my point. It becomes quite common knowledge and accepted practice that if I'm going for a walk, I grab a bag. It's usually got everything I need in it because I use it that often. It's always packed. But if you're new to it and being like, well, you know, cotton socks, but they're going to get sweaty. Do you want a big puffer jacket? We don't like it's going to rain now, you know. And being prepared and having all that. Mind you, we could talk about how to read signs telling the weather as well, couldn't we? Anyway, if you've got any feedback, anything you'd want to know, anything you'd like to hear, you know, drop it in the comments below. If you're enjoying me just spending a few minutes outside, I know I am, by all means, just give me a thumbs up, give me a love heart, let me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. Kane, Brandon, Jake, Oasis, if you're out there, comment, we'll get back out here soon. Me and Brandon have actually walked this trail down to the river and across to the we call it the Rat Tunnel. Might even take you back there another day. I'd have to drive to the other end though. I don't think I'd have enough time to walk around in our 10 minutes we got. Mind you, I could take longer. Yeah, that's about it. I'm sat surrounded by birch husks. This tells me I'm surrounded by birch trees, and they're all on the floor and they've got no nuts inside, which means squirrels have all got full bellies. If you're ever lucky enough to find one that's closed, I'm talking about these birch nuts, you pop them open, the nut's quite tasty inside, feel free to have a nibble on that. Right, well, I guess that's it from me. I don't really know what else to say. Everyone seems to have left. So look after yourselves, look after each other. When you do go out, make sure you take those precautions. Don't go out unless you have to, or unless you're going somewhere where you know it's going to be nice and quiet, nice and safe. And until tomorrow, I will see you then. Take it easy, guys. Bye now.